When I feel like being used, oh, maybe I shouldn't have tried anymore. You made a first class fool out of me. You stole my heart. Sorry. The morning sun dancing by your face that shows your age. Sorry. Whew, I love that song. I love Rod Stewart. Coming at you with another video. Forgive my stupidity. I know I'm not that funny. I get it. Recently heard about the passing of Carl Weathers, and that's a travesty. I was very upset to hear about that. He was a great actor and one of my childhood favorites, and that is Predator. I love Predator. He was a good actor in this one, and of course we know him from those classic Action Jackson movies, Happy Gilmore, stuff like that. Rocky, which he was pretty good in. And yeah, Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, definitely a good friendship dynamic. But they're also at each other's throats in the movie. But yeah, this is definitely a childhood favorite of mine. I wanted to just do a little DVD update, and I thought I'd start with Predator because, well, we recently heard that Bill Weathers passed away in his sleep, and that was just saddening, completely saddening. And he just deserves more recognition because you don't hear a lot of people talk about him anymore. So Carl Weathers, and he was in good shape in his roles too. Definitely worked out for all his roles. A great action hero actor, and a great action film mixed with some horror. The effects were on point. You had Stan Winston makeup effects, creature effects, and it was just really well made. Uh, I watched this at a very young age. I was probably maybe 9 when my dad showed me, and I started to get into action films at that age. Um, I've always loved action films. My dad introduced me to them. I've always been big on them. But I thought I would start with this one because um, Carl Weathers passing. It's the only Carl Weathers. Surprisingly, it's the only Carl Weathers movie that I own, which is weird. I don't own Happy Gilmore. I don't own. I don't think I own that Rocky movie. But he's a good actor in this movie, and this movie definitely you don't hear people talk about it enough, especially in the horror genre. You don't hear about it in the horror genre anymore. Um, the effects were on point. Again, Stan Winston, great makeup. Arnold, he's on his A game. He was jacked. He gave Predator a hell of a fight. Great film from I believe 1980. I believe. Well, whatever it was, I still think that Predator holds up well. The acting holds up well. It's not too cheesy or anything. I think that it was very well made, and you definitely care for all these characters. Going into the jungle. You want them to win. Um, it's a violent, visceral movie. Um, Definitely a childhood favorite of mine. Predator, all the way. I give it an 8 out of 10. Do check out Predator if you have not seen it, please. And, of course, rest in peace to Carl Weathers, a great childhood actor, an action hero, really. In the best shape of his life in this movie, and just on his A game, and just kicking ass, taking names. Um, yeah, so that is my first movie I want to show. And next we got, excuse me, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, which I talked about in a recent video. Gina Phillips, Justin Long, good brother and sister dynamic. You know, you really believe that these two are brother and sister. You really believe it. I love these two in this movie. This was a very well-made movie. Again, I think we've got Stan Winston, makeup effects, I believe. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, let's see here. Yeah, I'm not reading all that right now, but I know that the effects are great, and this scared the hell out of me as a child. This was one of my first horror movies. Well, Predator was first, but this was definitely one of the first up there that scared the hell out of me. And of course, part two, which comes in the collection right there. And I love that one as well. On the bus with the kids, they're freaking out and shit. The creepers just there's the opening at the top of the bus. The creepers just grabbing them and pulling them up through. And in the second part, you really see the creeper start to sprout his wings and show his sort of gargoyle form, which I like. And it's just a really good movie with a good musical score. Part one, good musical score. Part two, good musical score. And again, yes, I've already talked about the Victor Salva drama and what went on with that. But again, I'm separating the art from the artist. And I'm talking about the movies because they're really damn good movies. And I think they're a part of everyone's childhood who loved horror. Now, like if you love horror now, you know about this movie. You know Jeepers Creepers. You know the iconic look he's got with the weathered jacket and the fucking weird sort of top hat. Um, the makeup effects were just ferocious. I mean, this guy. And again, yes, I do know about the. I'm not talking about the director right now. I love these movies. If you've not watched them, do yourself a favor and watch them. Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, solid 8 out of 10, or at least 7. At least 7 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, they're campy, they're cheesy now, but I still think that the acting holds up well. The acting is good. Um, the characters are believable. You got this one asshole on the fucking bus, Scotty, and Scotty's a real prick saying racist shit. Um, he gets his comeuppance. Oh yeah, he gets his. I love these movies. Do check them out. And third, we've got kind of one that nobody really talks about much, and that is Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital, which is from the 90s. This is a 90s Stephen King miniseries that nobody really talks about anymore. Um, you got a nice opening theme, nice score. The opening theme, it's this dark atmosphere on the water. There's water and everything, and it's a really good miniseries by Stephen King. Um, I love Kingdom Hospital. Um, This is the first part right here, actually. Nobody ever talks about it. I don't hear anybody talk about it. This and Rose Red. I don't hear anybody talk about Rose Red. But I like this for some reason. I don't understand the hate that it got. So yeah, Kingdom Hospital. Some nice creature effects in there too. And here is a personal favorite of mine, a TV show, and that is Slasher, the first season, with the Executioner, they call him. The Executioner is a interesting slasher. It's definitely one of those slashers and those series where you almost find yourself rooting for the slasher himself because, man, he kills some scumbags too. Um, the one cop, he's crooked. He rapes a girl, I believe. Um, you get these great gore effects. I mean, no, the acting wasn't Grammy worthy. It wasn't like a fucking. It wasn't like, you know, Golden Globe acting or anything like that. You know, no one's winning any awards or anything like that. But I thought everyone acted their role perfectly. From my opinion, they acted well, and the main girl, the lead, she does a good job. The slasher is ferocious and visceral. The kills are fucking brutal. If you want a good slasher series, watch Slasher. Literally, that's the name, Slasher. This is season 1, and this show actually ran for, I believe, 6 seasons. I know there's a new season that recently came out, um, and they're all different, so they're not connected. There's different characters in all of them. But this one I highly recommend. Definitely a Halloween feel. You put it on around Halloween time, it fits perfectly. I love it. So yeah, Slasher season 1, and what we have here is, oh, this one is, oh man, I can go on. Damien Leone's The Terrifier, which gets some hate. I don't understand the hate that this gets. It's a good slasher flick. The clown makeup effects, just um, great effects. And who's that actor? Um, David Howard Thornton plays a great fucking murderous clown, a supernatural murderous clown. Just look at that face. I mean, that's creepy. There's no beating that face, man. I mean, the makeup effects are amazing. They're superb, seriously, and the gore effects are fucking out of this world, top notch. I mean, you got one scene where he's bashing a guy's fucking brains in, and it shows the inside of his fucking brain, and he makes one guy's head out of a jack o' lantern. He makes a jack o' lantern with it. Literally lights the inside. And I like part 2 as well. But this one, this definitely made a name for itself. Damien Leone made a name for himself. He definitely made a name for himself and made something that could definitely go farther in the horror genre. Um, I expect like 5 of these movies. Come on. We need this guy to be like Jason. Of course, he'll never be as good as Jason, but there is that. And of course, speak of the devil, what we have here, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, Friday the 13th, Jason Lives, and Friday the 13th, New Blood, and Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan. This beautiful 4-pack that I got on Amazon a while ago. Beautiful. The artwork, I mean, the artwork is lovely. Really good artwork on these movies. Love a good Jason flick. I love Jason. He's my favorite slasher. Top notch favorite slasher. I've always loved him. Um, I would definitely say that the one that gets the most hate is Manhattan for some reason. Yeah, I know about the sewer water running through the pipes of Manhattan. Yeah, okay, it's a little silly, sure, but um, I still think that it's enjoyable and it did a good job with what it was. Um, a New Beginning, which we know that's not even Jason, but I still think that's one of the best slasher flicks ever made, in my opinion. I mean, Jason Lives. Oh, okay, back to part five. I will say part five, they really pushed the brutal violence and the nudity. They pushed it with that one, and they had to push it because it wasn't Jason in that one. So yeah, you want to up the body count. You want to get as much boobs in there as you can. Do whatever you can with it to make it nice and campy. It was definitely entertaining. And again, back to Jason Lives. Um, he's kind of like a Frankenstein almost in this one. He looks like a universal monster with the thunder light and lightning coming down and striking the tombstone, and he comes up and he turns like this. You see the shot of him like this, and he just whoosh, and he's got like the the rod. But yeah, I love Jason Lives. I really love the triple decapitation head scene. He just go whoosh, and all three of their heads come off. Blood splatter. Good musical scores. Yeah, not everyone's a fan of the Friday the 13th musical scores. I like them. They're campy. They're different from other slasher films that you see with the music, I think. Where other slasher films, you get the music that's kind of like very slow and like building up and like quiet and calm, and then the killer's near and it builds up slowly. But this is more like upbeat almost slasher music. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain. I can't put it into words, but I love the musical score for all these movies. Part 6 is my favorite. Definitely gives that universal monster feel for Jason. He looks like a Frankenstein's monster. Um, yeah, I love all these movies. So there is one. I mean, the 1, 2, 3, the sixth I showed, and here is a favorite of mine, and that is, again, yes, I have a lot of favorites because I'm not picky. Okay, I don't ask for much in a horror film. I don't need jump scares either. A jump scare doesn't make a good horror film. Okay, you need acting, you need dialogue, you need storyline, you need build-ups, you need good movie shots, you need, and if you have some CGI in there, that's okay. I don't mind a little CGI. It's okay for what it is. If they're doing it right, that's what matters. But Paranormal Activity, yes, I know I'm gonna get laughed at for that. Okay, some people laugh about it. Okay, I love this fucking series. I love it. Part one, and all of them are in here. It goes from one all the way to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 in here. The campiest one is definitely the last one. Friday, sorry, Friday the 13th. Paranormal Activity, Ghost Dimension, which I love. Um, yeah, some people laugh at it. Okay, I mean, I don't go into it taking it too seriously, and I think that's the thing is I don't go into these movies taking them seriously. I don't do that because I know what they are. In fact, they know what they are. They're campy, they're fun, they're not really about the jump scares, even though they did a lot of them, but there's something very catching and very atmospheric and interesting about setting a camera up in your bedroom at night when you're asleep and just seeing what the fuck goes on, you know? Just leaving the camera on in the darkness and just seeing what goes on. Like, that's just a really creepy feeling. And these movies did it well. I just love these movies. The first one's my favorite. Obviously, we all know that the first ones are always the best for everything. Um, Actually, part 3 would be my second favorite. I love part 3 with the whole Bloody Mary sequence. They're in the bathroom. It starts shaking. You hear the trembling, and him and the little girl they're in front of the mirror, but you could like hear somebody. There's somebody outside of the door. Like that was a real creepy sort of. That was a creepy sequence with the Bloody Mary, because I think that we kind of all grew up with. If you grew up in the '90s, you know Bloody Mary. You know about the fucking Bloody Mary story. You that urban legend that we just all grew up with and we know about. But yeah, Paranormal Activity 1 through 6, some good ones. And what we have here, excuse me, the Puppet Master series. Now, nobody really does talk about this one. My favorite puppet, I should say, is definitely Blade. I love Blade. He's a badass. I mean, these puppets are badass. I mean, forget Chucky. Yo, these guys are fucking visceral. These guys are almost vigilante. Um, I love these movies. And of course, well, down here you've got Killjoy. Killjoy came in the collection. I don't really watch Killjoy as much. I'm a big Puppet Master fan. Blade's my favorite. Torch is my second favorite. Six Shooter is my third favorite. And I mean, I just kind of like them all. You know, they're all unique. They're their own design. The puppet designs are just great. The stop motion, the stop motion animation effects, perfect. I love it. Great action sequences. Lots of. They're not as gory as you would think, but if you want gore, watch Puppet Master, the last one, the littlest, however you pronounce that. The last one's good for the gore. Um, but yeah, they're almost vigilante. You know, it's weird. It's like they protect their owner. That's what they're about. They're loyal to their owner, willing to throw down and fight whoever gets in their owner's way. You got part 3 where they're fighting the fuck. Is it part 3? Yeah. I'm sorry. Part 4 with those little gremlin creatures. Little gremlin creatures. It's Puppet Master versus gremlins, basically. You got the gremlins, demonic gremlin creatures. They're fighting. You got Blade going fucking toe to toe with a fucking gremlin creature. He takes his blade. I mean, it's. I love these movies. Great, great puppeteer work, and yeah, Puppet Master. You don't hear anybody talk about this uh, series really in the horror genre. You don't hear about it anymore, you know. But it definitely deserves recognition. And Killjoy, don't I wouldn't bother with Killjoy. It has its campiness about it, sure. It's it's nothing special, but and coming at you with the next one, and that is Actually, this might be my top favorite, and that is The House is October Built. Never, and by the way, I'm not including two. I don't really talk about two. It was kind of a disaster, but I definitely love the first one. The same producer of Insidious and Paranormal Activity. Yeah, it definitely has that atmosphere, very atmospheric, where this crew of I want to say college kids are like driving through the country, just going from like haunt to haunt, haunted carnivals, haunted houses, haunted theme parks, just all over the place, and just like trying to find the most extreme haunt that they can. And eventually, things kind of get crazy, and they find out that they're being stalked by some haunt workers. Definitely underrated. I'm not going to get into too much spoilers. Um, do watch The Houses October Built. Holy shit. Watch The Houses October Built, please. The acting's good. Um, I just love the atmosphere, you know? And that's the thing is movies today, especially horror films, don't have the same atmosphere that they did back then. And this is 2010, I believe, actually. So 2010, they still kind of had a little bit of atmosphere. But you'll never get like it was in the 90s ever again. Or the 80s. Man, the 80s, that was horror's time to shine. That was a good time for horror. But I definitely, you don't really hear about The Houses October Built anymore. Um, that creepy girl in the, sorry about the lighting again, the doll faced girl. She was always creepy. Great movie. I love this movie. And there's some comedy in there, which is nice. You get these comedic characters put into these horrific situations that it's kind of like genius when you think about it. Because it's almost like how anyone would react. So, but definitely give that a watch. And next we've got Hellfest. Great slasher flick. The executive producer of The Walking Dead, which I am a fan of Walking Dead. I know people will give me shit for that, but I do love Walking Dead. It's a great zombie series. Um, I love this movie. I love the shots. I love the look of the slasher. He's brutal. He smashes one guy's head in with a fucking carnival hammer. I the cast did their job well. The cast is great. And what's that girl's name? Uh, she was in We Summon the Darkness, the movie, as the lead, and she is yeah, Amy Forsyth. That is Amy Forsyth. I really like her in this movie. She does a good job. She's a great lead. Great lead. And you get a surprise cameo from uh, Candyman himself. Is it? It's Toby Hooper. I'm sorry, Toby Hooper. You dumb fuck. Ugh. I'm sorry, Tony Todd, Candyman himself, who we all love and we all know as Candyman, of course, and who also takes part in Final Destination 1, Final Destination 2, which I also love. Um, it's really nice to see him in there. And he's still creepy. And everything that he's in, he's still himself. He's creepy. He's just playing himself, basically. Um, I love this movie. The acting's good. The look of the carnival and the lighting. You get a lot of different colors in the carnival. I really like the look of the carnival. Like for me, I love a carnival in a horror film because it's almost like an 80s feel. Like the movie, what's that carnival movie? from the 80s. It's a slasher flick. Come on, what was it? I know there's a lot of good ones that take place in a carnival. Let me just say that. I know that. Um, you get some creepy clowns in there. You get some good music, some good kills. There's some good gore sequences. Again, with the fucking uh, giant carnival hammer. It's like a fake toy hammer, but it's a carnival hammer. He takes it and he smashes the guy's head, and it just like explodes. And then you get like this ding right after, right after that scene. That's like a ding, like he was playing a game. I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, Hellfest. I love Hellfest. But yeah, I wanted to show some of my favorite movies that I own. Some horror, really, because I am a big horror fan, which I think that most people who watch me know. I love horror. It's my favorite, top favorite. And yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. He'll be missed. You were a great action hero, part of my childhood. I definitely wanted to talk about him a little and show some of my movie collection. Just a little update. So thank you for watching and subscribe to my channel if you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Not everyone's a fan. Hey, I get it. But I thank you for watching. And yeah,